Hi there, this is part 2 of my Mossberg MVP review, and in this section I'm going to show you the accuracy I managed to get out of the rifle. Just to give you an idea of the conditions I was in when I was doing these accuracy tests. It was kind of stupid on my part. I didn't really check the forecast for the day, and it was nice when I left. So off I went, I loaded everything up, and off I went to the range. It's about an hour drive. By the time I got to the range, the wind had picked up, and it had cooled off a little bit or whatever, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get this done. So I got started. Well, you know what, in about 10 minutes, it started to rain, the wind picked up even more, and the temperature started to drop. It was a dreadful day for being out there shooting. The wind was crosswind to me, and I would say the only good thing about it, it was coming towards me just a little bit, so at least my target stayed dry. So you probably want to consider that a little bit. Was it a fair judging of how the rifle can perform? I don't know. I guess so. I'll let you be the good judge of that. And with further ado, we'll get moving. I think the camera's going to be okay here. Yeah, it is. Okay, starting from right to left. This is the American Eagle. I think this is kind of the order I was in. Yeah, I believe so. By the time I had gotten to the 77 grain, my hands were frozen and it was blowing snow at that point. It was bad. And still, you know what, the match grade stuff still did pretty good. But anyway, this is the American Eagle. This is bulk. It's pretty inexpensive. It is brass case. It's non-corrosive, of course, so on and so forth. I think you can make out on top what it is. Try not to move this around too much. It's 55 grain, full metal jacket. All these targets were shot at 100 yards, pretty much right to the yard. Not a terrible group or anything, but not great. With the cheaper ammunition, the rifle generally shot about a 2-inch group. I guess that's all right. This is the Remington UMC, 55 grain. Just a dreadful group, and that's not uncommon. I've yet to find a rifle that shoots this well. I was kind of unsurprised with that. Next is this stuff. This is Norinco brass case surplus from '93, I think it was. What was the year? Yeah, 1993. It's touted as non-corrosive. It also says it's 223. It's not. It's 556 actually. You'll find if you put it in a bolt action, your lockup's going to be pretty tight. Likewise, it's pretty hot too. It's got some pretty good velocity on it. So it's fun to plink with, certainly, but it's not the most consistent stuff. This is about the best you can kind of expect from it. But it's cheap, it's brass case, it's fun. That's about all I got to say. I think it's about the same. What I paid for this, back when I bought it, is about the same as what I have lately paid for .22 long rifle. Kind of ridiculous. Next is the American Eagle, 62 grain. Found the rifle seems to like the heavier bullets. This is again kind of a bulk ammo. Full metal jacket, boat tail, pretty consistent, about a 2-inch group. I've shot better groups with it, but that's kind of the median, I guess. Next is Barnaul. This is actually lacquered steel case. You know what, I'm not going to bother trying to pull it out. Pretty consistent. I got the one flyer there, but I didn't want to shoot too much of it. I had a lot to work through at the time. Not bad stuff, usually. PMC. For whatever reason, this is actual 556. This is the light armor piercing green tip stuff that there was a bunch of excitement down south about, down in the States. I guess they tried to ban it or whatever. Anyway, kind of silly. This rifle didn't particularly care for it. Both my SU-16 and my Savage Model 12 really liked this stuff. This rifle, not so much, at least not with this group. I'll probably try some more later and test it out. I have tons of this stuff. I like it. It's generally really consistent in my other rifles, so I'll probably give it another chance. If I come up with anything outstanding, I'll notate, add some stuff on the video, let you guys know. This is a Hornady steel match. It's just 55 grain hollow point. It's not boat tail. And the rifle seems to like it pretty good. It's fairly inexpensive, yet it's touted as match grade ammo. Obviously you can't reload it, it's steel case. But it's good inexpensive ammo to shoot with when you can find it anyway. Next is 52 grain boat tail hollow point steel match again. This is another one that's pretty much impossible to find now. I bought a bunch of this, I think it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now, and I still have some kicking around, and I just kind of am hoarding it for testing and playing around with. And that's how it did. It's kind of a pity, I like this stuff. It's got some pretty good velocity. But you know what? This stuff does just as good, and I do find this fairly regularly here, so I guess I'll be satisfied with that. Next is 53 grain VMAX. I hardly ever see this for sale. So when I saw it on the shelf, I bought a couple boxes of it. Pretty much just in time to test it in this rifle. And not too bad. Is it worth it for the money? I don't know. If you want the brass, I guess. If I had to choose between most of these, I would definitely go for that. It seems to do the job. Next up is kind of a curious one. This is the 55 grain GMX. I'll try and actually get the camera to focus on the back of this, so you can try and pause it and read it if you so want. Basically what this stuff is it's 95% copper and 5% zinc. And I guess this is, in California, they can't use lead anymore or something like that. So this is a California compliant. It actually works really well in this rifle. Now, it's kind of ridiculously expensive, but I bought it just to kind of try it out and just see what it was like. And this, you know what, this is the first rifle that's shot it decently. So I guess if you're in California and you have this rifle, and you're good to go. If you have a Savage Model 12 or a Remington 700, you're probably kind of unhappy with this ammo, but it seems to do pretty good in this particular rifle. Would I buy more of it? Absolutely not. It's ridiculously expensive. I just had to try it out. This is actual match grade ammo. I thought it might be a little heavy for the 1 in 9 twist. I don't know. It could be off on that, but it seems to shoot very well. I was well on my way to a really nice group, and I got the one flyer. And this was definitely a point where my hands were basically numb and I was really cold and just wanted to get the heck out of there. Got the one flyer and just, there you go. Was it me? I don't know, hard to say. I kind of suspect that was, just by the looks of it, and I was kind of rushed at that point. I was well on my way to a really nice group. This is really good quality ammo, and it, you know what, I think it's right in the right mark for this rifle. I have a bunch of it, so that's probably will be my go-to ammo if I want to get accuracy results out of it. Next was custom competition. It's 77 grain, so it's technically, I guess it's a little heavy for this barrel length and twist rate. It shoots all right. Is it worth rushing out and getting for the rifle? Absolutely not. This ammo in the right rifle is just incredibly accurate, which is why I have it. In my Savage Model 12, this stuff was just laser beam accurate. So it's really not worth the money in this particular rifle. You know what, it's still pulling off a 1-inch group, which is more than sufficient for having some fun. And last but not least is just me starting to play around with hand loads. Basically what I did is I just took the hand loads from my Savage Model 12 and dropped in a single round. It's loaded too long to use the magazines, so I had to single load them, which really defeats the whole purpose of the rifle and why it's fun. So I will be doing a batch and trying to tailor a load for this rifle, and I'll set the case overall length to magazine length, which is 2.260. I think you can read this. This is 2.330, so they're way too long to fit in the magazine. But just initially, it shows really good promise with the 69 grain Sierra match case. It's definitely worth working out a load for. I'm going to get much better accuracy out of that once I figure out what the rifle does or doesn't like. So definitely it's completely worth hand loading for. So basically, I guess to sum things up, the go-to for off the shelf I think would be that. I think it falls into the good category of being accurate but not too crazy expensive. If you just want stuff to blaze away with, any of the Federal stuff is going to do you pretty well to just have some fun. It's certainly going to be priced right, and you're going to have some reloadable brass if you so want. I like Federal brass. I'm actually not a huge fan of the Hornady brass. It seems to be a little soft to me, but I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination. But I prefer to reload with the Federal brass. I've been doing it for a long time, and that's kind of what I'm going to stick to. So it's worth having kicking around. That being said, Hornady steel match, if you can find it, great stuff. If you just want to buy really accurate stuff off the shelf, I think this is going to be the stuff to go to right here. You know, if you have lots of money but no time, there you go. Get some of that. So overall, you know what, I was very, very pleased with the accuracy of the rifle. This isn't what I would call a bargain rifle, but it's certainly on the lower end of the price spectrum. I think I wrote it down here. Here's my cheat sheet. Yeah, a Savage Model 12 in stainless, of course. They're about $1,200 here in Canada, so that's way more expensive than this rifle. Savage Model 25 lightweight varminter, very comparable to this rifle, almost identical statistically. It's got a 1 in 9 twist, 24-inch barrel, 8 1/4 pounds. They're about $900, so they're a good bit more expensive than this, and they don't have they're 223. They're not 5.56, and they're going to have the Savage magazines. The Remington 700 SBS Varmint, that would be the closest. It's almost identical in price to this rifle. It's about $50 more, and you get a really crummy plastic stock with it. Goodness. But it's kind of a different rifle because it's a 1 in 12 twist and a 26-inch barrel. It's a decent bit heavier than this rifle too. So that's kind of the competition. Accuracy-wise, these all probably stack up similarly. It's just that this manages to pull off decent accuracy with a good magazine design and chambered in 5.56. Like I say, I'm pleased with the rifle. I'm keeping it. I'm going to play around with it lots and lots. It's going to be my toy for this summer, I believe. I'm going to be doing lots of hand loading for it. So stay tuned if you keep an eye on my videos. If I find something extraordinary on the hand loads, I'll probably go ahead and post something on it just to have it out there for people. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Please do rate and comment. If you have any suggestions on stuff you'd like to see me do, or if you noticed a glaring discrepancy on my video, please do leave a comment and let me know where I'm going. Anyway, have yourself a good one.